Has the Toronto real estate market in 2023 picked up? Are we experiencing somewhat of a resurgence with regards to the GTA real estate market? And if so, what key indicators can we look at and how are things still looking year over year? Well, in today's video, I'm going to break this all down, tell you what's happening and give you the wider context. So let's get to it. Hello, everyone. This is Sam from SaberiSixRealEstate and Remax Realtron Realty Inc. As always, back with another video for you guys here today. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Sam, a Toronto real estate agent actively working with buyers and sellers across the GTA. On this channel, we like to discuss everything there is to discuss about the Toronto real estate market trends, market facts, building reviews, buyer advice, seller advice, area analysis, and so much more. So if you find this video informative or any of my content informative, feel free to subscribe, comment, rate, and review. And furthermore, if you have any further questions that arise during this video or any general inquiries, as always, my contact information is on the screen and you can always find it in the description box. So feel more than free to get in touch with me with any questions you may have. Anyways, enough of all that. Let's get to the purpose of today's video, which is the Toronto real estate market as it stands so far in 2023. We are really talking about 26 full days of 2023. At the time of recording of this video, it is January 27th, 2023. And on the ground, working with sellers and buyers. And when we take a look at the numbers, the analytics, I have seen on both ends a uptick, a pickup, a resurgence, whatever you want to call it, within the market so far in 2023. And as I will show you, according to the numbers, and when I discuss what I've sold and bought in recent weeks, you will see that the point here is nuanced. It's not as if the market is hot again. It is going to be a bullish market. I do not want you to leave this video with that message. The claim here is quite nuanced and actually simple. The Toronto real estate market in 2023 is up compared to November and December of 2022, yet still considerably lower and down from peak market of 2022, which is year over year. So January 2022, February 2022, March 2022, and the summer months of 2022. So in a more concise way, as we will see through the numbers, we see that buyer activity and prices are up month over month and compared to November of 2022, yet nonetheless still lower than peak market in most of 2022. And what do I mean by buyer activity? Because I am gauging buyer activity both on the numbers on the ground, the analytics I have access to, and what I see on the ground working with sellers and buyers. For instance, more on the qualitative sides before we get into the numbers, I just sold the property 2 weeks ago. In a matter of 3 days, we got upwards of 40 to 45 showings. And furthermore, there were multiple offers at our disposal and my client's disposal. And similarly, on the buying side, I am actively working with more buyers than I was in December. But let's get to the numbers here. And one way we can gauge demand and buyer activity is by the number of showings. Even in a cool market, buyers will still go and see stuff. But when showings go up, that is a clear sign of a market that has picked up a bit and has become a bit more active. So do the numbers indicate this to us? Well, yes, because the number of buyer showings across the GTA so far in the Toronto real estate market in 2023 is up, and it's up by a fair margin, by 33%. Thus far across the GTA, in 2023, we have seen a total of 115,000 buyer showings booked, wherein in December of 2022, that figure was nearly at 88,000 showings booked. To be more precise, 87,973 showings booked. Now, do not confuse this with 115,000 buyers. That's not the case. And these analytics are not perfect. Sometimes, for instance, a listing agent will book a showing on his own property just to test and make sure the notification system that's supposed to be in place is working clearly. So that will, for instance, go and account towards this figure. Furthermore, obviously buyers see property. If they're very interested and motivated about that said property, sometimes upwards of 3 times. So clearly from this, we can derive more active buyers, more motivated buyers, more buyers thinking about seriously purchasing something and getting involved in the market and actively, once again, seeing properties. Yet though, year over year, it is not an increase. Year over year, we're still looking at a decline of total buyer showings, because year over year, comparing 2023 to January of 2022, we see a decline of 27% in terms of overall buyer showings across the GTA real estate market. So this should emphasize the simple point I made in the beginning of the video, that is going to be to the detriment of both real estate bears and real estate bulls. It's simply a case that the market has picked up month over month and compared to November as well of 2022, yet it's still far lower in terms of activity, prices, vibrance of the market compared to peak market in 2022. Unfortunately, sometimes this nuanced message gets lost in the sea of, oh my God, the Toronto real estate market is crashing. Oh my God, the Toronto real estate market is bound to a rocket and it's to the moon. And let me know, are you guys tired as well of seeing content like that? Or is that something you appreciate because it might be more eye-catching? But enough of that. Let's get to the next metric, because the next metric also indicates to us that buyer activity, buyer demand is also up as well, which is left to the most serious of buyers. The offers submitted. How many offers have been submitted thus far in the Toronto real estate market in 2023 compared to the late months of 2022 and peak market conditions of 2022 in the early half of 2022? Well, much like total buyer showings, total buyer offers are up as well. So let's go through the numbers here. In January of 2023, 26 full days thus far, there have been 5,818 total offers submitted on residential real estate within the GTA. This 5,818 represents an increase of 22% month over month, where that figure in December of 2022 was 4,968 offers. Now, just to be clear, maybe I haven't cleared this up, we are comparing the first 26 days of January versus the first 26 days of December. It's not as if we're doing a 26 days of January 2023 versus the full month of December of 2022. That's not the case. And once again, I have seen this on the ground as well. I've had more people call me about putting offers. I've had more people submit offers on my properties, but I'll touch more on that towards the tail end of the video, because once again, it is more complex than it sounds. Nonetheless, though, here the degree in which offers are down year over year is a lot. Offers are significantly down by a degree of 58%. So once again, further indicating to us that so far in the Toronto real estate market in 2023, the market has picked up with regards to offers in early 2022 and some of the summer months of 2022. And some of you might be asking, well, what about prices? How are prices holding up? Because just the number of offers and showings submitted to us doesn't really indicate anything to us other than there is more buyer activity. Well, the case is that there is buyer activity, more buyer activity as I established, but listings are down. Supply is lower. So with low supply and more buyer activity, what we essentially have is an increase of demand, yet a plateauing or decrease of supply. Other words put, demand exceeds supply. As a result, that is reflected in the prices. Prices are being pushed a little bit higher than November and December of 2022. Now, of course, this is going to differ from subcommunity to subcommunity, property type to property type. So this is a very general statement, but overall, with regards to the Toronto real estate market and the GTA real estate market, prices are indeed higher than they were in November and December by a small degree, yet of course, still far, far lower than they were in peak market of 2022 and for most of 2022. And let's finish the video with me quickly speaking on more on the ground stuff, what I'm seeing working with buyers and sellers, because the property I sold that we got a lot of demand for, a lot of attention for, was not just any property, right? We put a great effort into marketing that property. My clients under my guidance did a lot of work inside of the property, a fresh coat of paint, installing pot lights, and we professionally staged the property. We did professional photography. We really poured a decent amount of money into the online marketing of it and the marketing of it overall. So we really presented the property in its best condition possible. And that's key in a low inventory market that is trending downwards more or less. Quality properties that don't have much competition and are presented in the best fashion possible will still get a lot of attention. So in today's market, what we're really seeing is that not any property will get multiple offers, will get a lot of showings like it was the case in 2022. Right now, what's going to get the most attention, the most amount of showings, and still sell for a decent price, not as high as before, but still a very good price, are going to be the properties that don't need much work, or they may need some work, but their location is outstanding and they're presented in the best way possible. So that's just a little bit more context for you guys. So as always, let me know if you have any further questions in the comments. I'm here to answer your questions or get in touch with me. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe and stay tuned. Thank you.